morning. My name is Alexandra Streisand and I am a certified and professional confidence and relationship coach. I know that today may be a big day for many of you. Yes, you. I'm talking to the veterans, SS, SSI, SSDI. I know that today may be a day that you are potentially getting your stimulus checks. And I know that there is some excitement, but also some fear and anger and frustration around the fact that the date might be pushed back again, because I know that the government has continuously been pushing back the dates and then leaving you guys in a space of uncertainty, not really sure which way to go or when the checks are coming in. Trust me, I understand the frustration. I have been looking over all of the comments you guys have been leaving on the stimulus updates that WiseFies has been posting, as well as listening to all of the updates that have been going on with the stimulus checks. I know that there is a lot of overwhelm, a lot of pain, a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, and a lot of sadness. Feelings like we aren't good enough, that we're being pushed to the side because maybe we don't make as much money as other people, that all of these big corporations are getting their payouts, but then the people who need it most are not getting it. Trust me, I understand your frustration, understand your anger, your sadness, and this sense of like, I've done so much for the country to contribute and I'm not even now getting anything back. I get it, and I want you to know that you are not alone. I want to start off by saying thank you so much to our veterans who have served and are serving our incredible country, because without you, we would not be able to live in the country that we do, with our freedom, with all of the beauty that is around us, and just living our lives the best that we possibly can. So thank you so much. I am forever grateful and forever appreciative. I do have both family members and friends who have both served and are serving, so I understand the struggle. I understand how frustrating this is right now to not be getting these checks, and I want to let you know that even though I might not be able to physically give you the money and give you the checks, I am going to create a safe and comfortable space where we can all support each other and we can work through truly shifting our mindset around the stimulus situation that we are experiencing right now. Because let's face it, the more anger and frustration and sadness and annoyance we feel, that is not allowing the check to come any sooner, and instead it's just hurting us more and more and creating these days to be even longer and even more frustrating, and it feels like nothing is going right. Well, I want to put an end to that and start by helping you guys any way that I can, and for me, that means starting by shifting your mindset. So before we dive into how to shift your mindset, I would love for those of you who are watching, who have been finding distractions, and from those of you who have been staying positive during this time and who have been hopeful, and just commenting below any tips and tricks you may have for those of us who are struggling and aren't being able to see the potential or opportunities in any of these situations going on. I would love for us to all come together and support one another and just help motivate one another. So please, if you are finding ways that have been helping you get through this, definitely comment below so we can all be in this together, and that way you can be helping other people as well. So let's jump in. I know, like I was saying earlier, there is so much resistance and so much struggle that we are facing and feeling right now, day after day, because of this COVID craziness and so much uncertainty around when we're going to get paid, right? That is the biggest question right now. When are we gonna get paid? What's going on with our money? Why are other people getting our money, but I'm not? I get it. And I understand the frustration, I understand the overwhelm, and I understand the annoyance, because we're supposed to be relying on our government, but at the same time, the government keeps pushing the dates back and then all of a sudden going silent. And I know how even more annoying that can be. But I also know that the more we focus on what we're lacking, and the more we're focusing on what we're frustrated by, and the more that we're focusing on how disappointed and overwhelmed we are, the more we're creating that experience in our life. And we both know that is not serving anyone. It's like, think of this for a second, right? Imagine you are sitting across the table from someone who you can't stand, who's driving you nuts, who may be someone that you really wish was not in front of you right now. And they're talking, they're doing their own thing, they're distracted, and you're sitting there sipping on this poison that they have no idea what's going on. They're not being affected at all, but instead it's filling your veins. It's hurting you on the inside. Now, let's say that poison is a bottle of anger and frustration and disappointment and resentfulness and all of these negative emotions. And the more you drink it, the more it hurts and affects you, and the more they don't see what's going on, and they're not really concerned with it. What we want to do is we want you to stop drinking the poison. We want you to put that poison down, and we want you to start shifting your mindset so you can really start feeling better about the situation, start feeling at ease, and just looking at things in a different way. And yes, that doesn't mean it takes the situation away. It doesn't mean it makes it easier, but it does allow us to feel better, which in turn is going to make our situations better, because as many of us know, when we are able to start feeling better, things just start working out easier for us. So what I want you to do right now is click that pause button, grab a pen and paper, and then jump right back in. So now that you have that paper, what I want you to do is I want us to openly address a main fear that has been coming up right now. Whatever that fear may be, I want you to write it down at the top of the paper. Now, once you write down that fear, I want you to take a look at it, right? For example, let's say the fear is the fact that I don't know when I'm getting this check, and I don't know how I'm gonna continue to put food on the table for me and my family because I'm struggling really hard right now, right? I write that at the top of the paper. Now I'm going to look at it. I'm going to take a step back and I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, okay, I'm a human being. I have internal instincts. I have survival mode instincts that I need to tap into right now. And I'm going to do that by asking myself the question, okay, what are my options? Honestly, what are my options? And I know many of you right now are going to be saying, there are no options. This is my only option. I'm feeling stuck. I don't know where to go. I give up because this is it. And I want you to stop right there, because at the end of the day, we always have another option. Yes, it might not be the best option. It might not be something we're comfortable with, but there always are options. So really tap into that survival mode right now and ask yourself that question, what are my options? Yes, you're gonna get really real with yourself and it's gonna be a little uncomfortable. At first, there's gonna be some resistance, but I want you to break through that resistance, and I want you to write down the options that you come up with. So for example, back to the situation with food, right? I'm having this fear that I'm not gonna be able to bring food onto the table. I'm freaking out because I'm not getting this check. What are my options? Maybe an option is to start budgeting my food differently. Maybe it's to start looking at other areas that I can take that money and put it towards my food, or maybe I start buying things that make a little bit more sense right now in terms of just being able to spend money on the things that I need. And what comes up for me with that is that I have been following this guy, Frankie, who is the creator of Struggle Meals. And what he basically does is he's able to create meals anywhere from like $2 to $5, and while you're still being able to get in some nutrients, get in some protein, and able to eat a healthy meal. Not always healthy, but for the most part. And what I'm gonna do is attach his YouTube channel below, as well as just some recipes that I think may help you in case you don't wanna scroll through his whole channel, but things that I think can start helping you. And even if we start there, right? Like even that is a little baby step just by now creating meals with the budget that we do have. Also, I think it's about now seeing other options as, okay, how can I now preserve my meals longer? How can I now make this last longer? And what can I do to help myself really get through this? I want you guys to really dig deep. And now once you have the fear and once you have what your options are, I want you to take a look at these options and ask yourself, okay, how realistic are these options, and what is a baby step I can do to start making these options more possible? Maybe that means sitting down and writing out a recipe that's going to work for you. Maybe that means looking in your cabinets and getting really creative with what you have left. Whatever that looks like for you, we need to start getting creative and we need to start taking advantage of what we still do have. And now once we write down the options and we're seeing, okay, what is realistic, the next step is writing a baby step towards getting to that goal. And whatever that may look like for you, we want to start working at it and we want to start keeping you accountable. So in order to do that, I would love for you guys to comment below again. Let me know what that fear is, what your options are, and what you are doing as a baby step to start getting there. Because the more we start shifting and seeing the opportunities, the more that we start seeing the potential and the possibilities in this circumstance, the lighter we're gonna feel, the easier this is gonna become, and the more we're going to start feeling secure with what we have. So I know there may be a lot of resistance right now and maybe a lot of pushback, and there may be just a lot of things you don't wanna deal with or don't wanna talk about or just feeling so angry towards. But I need you guys to do another thing for me. So once you have this list down, what I want you to do is I want you to now start shifting your mindset by focusing on things that you still do have. For example, maybe it's the fact that you still have a roof over your head. Maybe it's the fact that you're still able to sit here and watch this video. Maybe it's the fact that you still do have some food that you are able to eat, or family that you're able to lean on, or just a space that you can call your own. Whatever it is that you are grateful for, even if that means that the sun is shining and the grass is growing and that it's becoming warmer out and that we're not stuck in the dead of winter, right? Like whatever those situations are, I want you to write down the things that are still working for you. And by doing that and by reinforcing and focusing on the things that do feel good and the things that we still do have, we start to reincorporate some positive momentum in our days. And yes, like I said, I know there may be resistance, but I want you to do this for me because I know it's going to start making you feel better. We want to start incorporating more love, more acceptance, more understanding and appreciation towards ourselves and towards others. Because like I said in the beginning, us drinking that poison isn't going to get us anywhere. But what will start to happen when we start focusing on the good things, we will start bringing in more and more of those good things that ultimately is going to start helping our days feel a lot better. I recommend, after you write down the things today, I recommend also creating a little morning routine for yourself where you're able to just get outside, get some fresh air, just soak in everything that is around you and just start feeling positive in any way that you possibly can. Just start saying thank you to anything and everything that comes into your view. And I really truly believe that this will start creating a shift in your life. So once again, please make sure you comment below. Let us all be in this together. Let's support one another, and let's share a space where we can just get vulnerable, get really real and honest with each other. I am here to help support, motivate, and inspire you any way I possibly can. So thank you so much for your time and support. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.